What's up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek. Tubi Halloween rolls on, and today I am talking about Intruder from 1989, directed by Scott Spiegel. So, I'm talking spoilers. Okay, let's get into a super quick plot synopsis. A team of grocery workers are picked off one by one during a night shift. So, who is in Intruder? We've got Elizabeth Cox as Jennifer Ross, Renee Estevez as Linda. You might recognize her because, one, I'm pretty sure she's Emilio Estevez's sister, and she was definitely in Sleepaway Camp 2, which was awesome. And then Dan Hicks as Bill Roberts, just to name a few. Because this also features Sam and Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and Greg Nicotero. So there's a lot of cool people attached to this movie. That's part of the reason I was excited to check it out. So I guess let's just get into it. What's good about Intruder? Man, the kills. The kills. Brutal, graphic, awesome. Like, having worked in retail for as long as I did, which was partially a grocery store as well, you don't want to know the amount of times I legitimately thought about throwing somebody into a baler. I know Jacob and Toby understand exactly what I'm saying. But to actually see it, and especially considering it was like he was being held, and then it was like from here, crushing the bit, even better. Even better. And then a meat saw was used as a weapon. Those are like the two kills of mine that really stand out, that were just super brutal, super awesome. Seriously, all kinds of carnage candy for the gorehounds out there. So just off that alone, if you're a gorehound, like if you love this guy right here, watch this movie. Trust me. Now, there was some great editing in certain sections of this movie. When Renee Estevez, sorry, I'm a Psych fan. I'm going to do that every single time I have to say Estevez. But whenever, like, she's getting into her car to leave, because she's one of the first people that's picked off, killer's coming down with something, and then it cuts right to a watermelon just being split open. Great editing. And then Ted Raimi, when he gets killed, he gets, like, stabbed or chopped from the back. I can't remember exactly, but then he starts to fall, and then boom, a sack of potatoes. Like, so just great, funny editing throughout the movie, and I loved it. So another thing that in my research I did eventually find was, in order for them to do this movie, they got like 2 tons of defective / expired freight from just other retailers throughout. The store looked pretty freaking good for being stocked with 2 tons of defective freight. So, another awesome thing. I can't remember exactly. But in my notes I have, using a head as a weapon, always entertaining in my books. Books, whatever. There was one scene at the end. She stabs him. She stabs the killer. Which we'll get into that here in a little bit. Stabs the killer, and he falls down. You literally watch the knife just thunk, fly right out of him. Hilarious. Just awesome. And then lastly, and this is kind of a minor thing, but Ted Raimi was in the movie here and there. He was just, I believe, a produce worker, just listening to the same damn thing over and over again. So it cuts to him like 7 different times. And it's the same just crappy music that's just playing in his ear every single time I laughed. I don't know why, but it made me chuckle. So, what's bad about Intruder? This is a big one. This is a big fuck up, in my opinion. And this doesn't even have anything to do with the movie itself, but in turn, kind of shits on the movie. If your slasher is a whodunit, you do not, you like hide the killer as much as humanly possible. You don't give clues, or if you do, you make them very, very subtle. You do not put the killer of a fucking whodunit on the goddamn poster, because then you know. Then you're like, you're not playing that mental guessing game of like, oh God, it could be him. I haven't seen this motherfucker in a while. No, I knew exactly who the killer was just based off of the poster for the movie. And this is on Tubi too, by the way. This is like an astronomically huge spoiler that I don't know who in the fucking marketing department was like, hey, you know what? Let's put the killer on the poster. Let's just shit all over it. Like, I can't even tell you how much that pisses me off, because that does ultimately ruin your viewing experience. So that was just completely stupid, and it honestly did knock this down a couple points. Because, for instance, let's flash back. We'll go, we'll say late 90s. You're watching Scream, and I just tell you, it's Billy and Stu. Which, if you didn't already know that, sorry, you've had a long time to figure that one out. But if I told you it was Billy and Stu right out of the gate, would that ruin the movie for you? Think about it. If you're saying, no, it wouldn't, man, then this movie's for you, 100%. But if it does ruin the movie for you, or at least take away a certain element of suspense, because you know, like, oh, nothing's going to happen to them. They can put them in whatever peril they want. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to stress about it. Sorry, I've rambled on about this point for too long, but that is a massive bad. It's a big no, as I would say to my son. So, rewatch by review. Would I watch Intruder again? Yes, I would. As I said, gory and awesome. Would I buy this? Yes, I definitely would. What score am I going to give it? I'm going to give this an 8. And that is taking into consideration the killer reveal on the poster. That legit knocked it down a whole bunch in my book. But still, like I said, great kills, decent enough performances. If you love slasher movies and you have not seen this one, what are you doing? Put this on right now and have some effing fun. But that will do it for Intruder, guys. Make sure to comment down below. Do you feel the same way that I do about this dumbass poster? Because I'm serious, it pisses me off to no end. But also, I guess you can talk about the movie too, whatever. If you enjoyed yourself, drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. That'd be really awesome of you. And yeah, until tomorrow, guys, have a good one.